Good day, investors. Welcome to the 17th of March 2015. The trade for today is called Coronation Fund of Managers, or CML. Last traded price was 190 cents, and the action is to do a buy trade. Entry level is 99 cents, and the target will be 105.10. So entry is on the grey line. Go to the green line of 105.10. Stop loss to be used is 97.18 on the red line here. Looking at the current open trades is Barloworld and BVT Bidvest. They are still open. Going down, you can basically see the following. This is the top 40 index, and this is the top 40 shares of the JSE. Currently, the dark line is indicating the movement of the index, and it is currently still trading underneath the red and the green line. That's the 10-day and the 20-day moving average. Looking at the Dow Jones, they closed on Monday evening 228 points positive. They went from this green line up to the red line, breaking this negative channel a bit upwards here. The Fed meeting will start on Tuesday, and Wednesday we will get results, but that will happen late afternoon. So first the markets could react to this. Looking at the J200. The J200 also had a bit of a bounce here, and if you can actually call this up on a very double top bottom here, and you can see there was a bit of a downward momentum. There's the low high, so the indication is on a double bottom, and you can also see it's testing the 46,000 level here, and there was a downward momentum. At any time if it breaks this high here, more upswings could happen on this index, moving a bit higher. Or if it breaks its double bottom and lightly, you could actually see a bit of down movement coming down as well. Let's go and start with some shares on the market. First of all, let's start with the banking sector. Looking at the banking sector at this moment, and looking at this, there's a bit of a downward momentum, more downward, double bottom formed there, bit of support in this big downward momentum. Next expectation high, if it does break up, is here at 180 Rand, and it could be back here to 181 or at 188. So need to see if the momentum will start going up. Looking at Standard Bank, there was also a bit of downward momentum here in this positive channel. Now it was on the top, and it started to basically test that previous highs of about 156, 154, but you can see this momentum going down here, testing this previous highs. Looking at your MTNs, starting to fade a bit down, and I'm just going to do the following just to indicate that there could be a bit of a breakup happening here if it needs to, but you need to keep track of this highs and lows on these channels. Now look at these channels here. So at any time you can see this little downward channel here in the positive channel. So the big question is, if you break this high here, and that high could be out the 220 level, more upside could be back to the 222. Otherwise the share could still trade in this bit of a sideways small momentum channel. Looking at your Vodacoms, did came down, tested this lows on this channel here. Look at the red down the channel, and we need to see if there's going to be some bargain hunting pushing the share a bit upwards again. Looking at your retailers, Mr. Price were testing this lows that I've indicated on the red here, and it closed on a level of 254. Now the big question is, can you start breaking up, break this 258 level, 260 level? If you break 260 level, 268. Looking at your Bollinger Bands, awesome indication. There's the purple line, there's the green line on 260, and the high is back at 268. Calling up your Shoprite. Now Shoprite is quite interesting to look at. There's the downward momentum, bounce here at the 153 levels, close at 154, at a state that went to 156. Big question is, need to have a bit of volumes helping for a bit of a bargain hunters to come here and speculate that this is now the low point and started to pick up here. But keep a track on this one very closely. If you look at certain indicators, they're quite at the bottom here. If you look at your stochastics, they're at the bottom here, so we could see some bargain hunting coming in here as well. and here's the RSI also at the bottom there. So let's see how this one plays out. Looking at your Exaros started to fade out under this 100 Rand levels, and that was quite a big fall of about 10 to 20 Rand, 10 Rand fall, so this in the sideways. Looking at your CFRs, now CFR did trade here in a downward channel momentum here, and you can actually just confirm it there. Look at this, there's the downward momentum, and basically it went from the bottom to the top, bottom back to the 105 Rand, tested it 3 times. So we need to basically see if this is going to be a breakup happening very soon on this share back to the 105, 107 levels on this level here. Currently trading at 104.92. So a lot of things still happening in the market. Take note, the Fed's meeting on Wednesday. Market's keeping a close eye on that movement in the market. Enjoy trading.